Draw the right knee in toward the chest and extend your right leg straight. From here, extend the leg, hover over the mat, or do drop it down if it needs it, and then rise the leg back up. Now, if that hurts the back at all, you could always do it with a bent knee. Otherwise, straight leg lowering down, rising up, and then ever so slightly out to the right, and back to centre. So the leg lowers, we're beginning to use the leg muscles, beginning to use the tummy muscles, leg to the side and centre. So it's not too much to the side. So we're lowering, lifting to the side and centre. Maybe seeing if each time you could lift the leg a little closer to you, but still whilst keeping the leg bent. Oh, so we're lifting to the side and lowering. Last one. And then taking the right heel above the left knee, allowing the right knee to open out to the side. So we could either just rest here or take your weight into the left foot. Make sure the back feels strong enough to do this. It's quite strong. And then press down through the left foot as you lift your hips off the floor. Now remember, otherwise you could, if you don't want to lift up, just keep the foot there and breathe. And releasing back down. If that was too much, lower the right foot down and you could come up in bridge and lower. Otherwise, keep the right foot above your left knee and then lifting and lowering. Lifting, holding maybe if that feels good, and lowering. And releasing. So into a twist, release the right foot alongside the left. Take your arms into a T or interlace the hands behind the back of the neck, dependent on space. So a less of a twist, you keep your feet on the floor. Deepest twist, knees in toward the chest. And then you might go somewhere in between. See what feels good for you and your body. Maybe to start lower if you're not sure, and then deepen it. Drop the knees to the left and the gaze to the right. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and out. And in and out. Draw the stomach in and with control back to centre. Release the feet down if they're off the floor. Bend your left knee in towards the chest. Extend the legs straight. Release your hands alongside by your hips. Lower the leg, hover over the mat. Lift the leg back up, leg to the left, and back to centre. So we're lowering the leg, rising up, leg to the side, and centre. Now try to keep all this pelvis area controlled, particularly when you take the leg to the side, so your right hip lower back doesn't like lift off the floor or anything. It's nice and controlled. Leg to the side and then lower. If you feel that it's lifting off, then just make the movement smaller. If the leg gets tired, have a rest. And last one. Then taking the left foot above the right knee, allow the left knee to open out away from you. So we can either just stay here and rest for a few breaths, or press down into the right foot and lift the hips off the floor. If that's too strong and you want to still lift the hips off the floor, lower the left foot down and then lifting the buttocks, sorry, not lifting the hips, well you are, lifting the buttocks off the floor, guiding the hips up. So either lift and lower or just lift and hold. See what feels good with the body. You'll know with time what your body likes. Mine likes to be moving more. And particularly if anyone's got any fibromyalgia, usually the continuous movement is better than holding. And releasing. Release the left foot alongside the right into a twist, so knees to the right. Decide if you want to keep your feet on the floor. Knees in toward the chest or somewhere in between. Drop your knees to the right, gaze to the left, arms out into a T position, or interlacing your hands behind the back of the neck. Take a breath in, and a breath out. Breath in, breath out, and in, and out. Draw the stomach in and with control back to center, crossing the right leg over the top of the left. So this is a deeper stretch, or if you found it enough before, don't cross over the legs. Again, have the feet on the floor, knees in toward the chest. Knees in toward the chest is deeper. Allow your knees to drop to the left and gaze to the right. If you want it a little deeper, you could take your left hand above the right knee. Breath in, breath out. If you want to make it less of a stretch, lower your feet toward the end of the mat. A deeper stretch, knees closer to the chest. And then drawing the stomach in, release the left hand if it's on the leg. Gently, with control back to center, changing the cross of the legs. So this is contraindicated, so don't do this if you were pregnant. Also, if you've had any hip issues, best not to cross over as well. So feet on the floor, lifted. And then dropping your knees to the right. Gaze to the left. Breath in. And breath out. Just allow the body's weight to sink down into the surface beneath you. If you want to deepen the stretch, you can take your right hand gently above the left knee. And breath in and breath out. And also if you had any disc issues, just be mindful and gentle with the twist, not overdoing it. And drawing the stomach in, rolling fully onto the right hand side. And then bending the left knee, so the left heel comes toward the buttocks. And then push the foot away from you to create a stretch through the front of the left leg. Breathing in and breathing out. If you want to deepen it, squeeze the buttocks to guide the hips forward. And releasing, rolling onto the other side. Heel toward the buttocks. And then pushing the foot away. Use a strap if you can't reach, or hold onto your trouser leg. Breath in. And a breath out. Breath in. And out. In. And out. Releasing and then rolling. We're already on the side. Coming up and coming around onto all fours. Taking the right foot forward, left leg back. And from this position, allow the front knee to bend so you create a stretch through the front of the back leg. If you feel you need more stretch, you can reach your left arm up to the sky, or maybe both. Making sure the front knee isn't going over the toes. If you need to ease off at any time, just taking the weight back slightly. Otherwise, we're guiding our hips forward and down almost toward that front heel. Breathing in and breathing out. Now, if you've got uncontrolled blood pressure or any heart issues, don't leave the arms up. Lower, lift, lower, lift. And taking the weight back, release your arms if they're up. Bringing the right foot back and taking the left foot forward. Bend the front knee until you feel a stretch right at the back. leg, the front of the back leg. And if you want to deepen it, you can extend your right arm up. Maybe your left arm also. If you prefer flow movement, you can lower the arms and then lift. And also if you've got any heart, blood pressure issues, just allow the arms to move up and down, or maybe just to shoulder height and then down. Let the breath flow. Knowing you can ease off at any time. And then taking the weight back, bringing the right foot back. Onto all fours, into hip circles. So if you had a pencil on your belly button, you're drawing a circle on the mat. So you can make this kind of small like I'm doing. If you wanted to work harder, you can have your knees further back or the hands further forward. So you're kind of more engaging through those core muscles. See what feels good for you today. And then changing direction. You might want to just deepen it so the buttocks comes down toward the heel, so it's more stretching out into that child's pose. And back to centre. Extending the right leg behind, coming onto the ball of the foot. So we want to come from that from on all fours, so the knees are underneath the shoulders. Nope, the knees are underneath the hips, hands are underneath the shoulders. So either the leg can stay there or you can lift the leg off the floor. Stay there or bend the knee. So that might be plenty. Or perhaps you can take the weight into the right hand. So you can either keep the right hand underneath the right shoulder, or you could bring it in slightly if you wanted to, if you felt you were more stable that way. If you can, keep it underneath the right shoulder. Tuck your back toe for stability. And then see if you can lift your left hand off the floor, maybe not, maybe just onto the fingertips. If you can, see if you can reach around, taking hold of the foot. If you had a strap, you could use that if you couldn't reach. You could take hold of your trouser leg. You could just have the leg up there, the hand on the floor. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Release the left hand down if it's up. Release the foot, knee to the floor. And sinking into child's pose, extending out through your arms. Take a breath in and a breath out. A breath in and out. Rising up onto all fours. Weight into the right knee, left leg extends onto the ball of the foot. Maybe lift the leg. Bend the knee so you can stop at any stage. See if you can come onto the tips of the fingers of the right hand. Maybe you can lift it up. Can you reach around? So if you couldn't reach, you could just wrap the hand around the back of the body perhaps if you wanted to rest it somewhere. A breath in. Breath out. Don't be afraid to have a rest if you need to, lower down. You can always sink and rest into child if you have enough. Releasing. Side childs, walking your hands off one side of the mat. Sinking the buttocks down toward the heels. Breath in and breath out. Noticing where you feel the breath expanding in the body. And then lifting the head, walking your hands off to the other side. Just twisting enough for you. Breathing in and out. Each out breath, releasing out any stresses or tension down into the earth, away from the body. Lifting the head and coming back to centre. Into pigeon, taking your right knee just behind the right hand. So that might be plenty. And then tuck your back toe, extend the leg straight, extend it behind you, release the knee down, release the foot. That might be enough. If you feel you can do more, you can roll onto the right side of the body and bring the left foot forward a little bit. If you know you've got loose hips, you can bring your left foot so it's in alignment with the right knee. So you've got a 90-degree bend. And then bringing the weight back to centre. If that was too much, lie on your back, coming into a glute stretch, taking the right foot above your left knee. So you're lying on your back with your knees bent. You're taking the right foot above your left knee, and if you want to deepen it, you can lift the left foot off the floor. So as we are now, if you wanted to, if you felt comfortable, you can lower down onto your forearms. If you wanted to deepen it further, you can extend your arms out. This is enough for me today, but you can extend your arms out and lower the forehead down toward the floor. Breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. If there's any areas which feel like those muscles are tight, just breathe, try to breathe into that area. And then slowly coming up onto your forearms, onto the hands. So we can either just rest here for a moment, or we can release out. Or you can bend your left knee. That might be plenty, flex through the foot. You might be able to walk your right hand slightly to the centre, so just in front of your belly button. And your left arm might be able to reach round to your foot. If you were more flexible than I am, you might be able to reach the crook of your elbow around your foot. You might be nowhere near, doesn't matter. Breathing in and breathing out. Make sure your knee is happy, really important. And releasing. Not my favourite hips. Weight into the hand, taking the right knee back. So you can either do hip circles here, you could come into child's, or up into downward dog. If you're in downward dog, walking out through your feet, trying to stretch out through the toes, the backs of the legs. Breath is flowing. And then dropping the knees back down, so knees dropping back down to the mat. And then this time, take the left knee just behind the left wrist. So this time you'll probably know how far you can bring your left foot toward the right hand. Tuck your back toe, extend the leg straight, drop the knee down, release the toes. So if you wanted to deepen it, you roll to the left and bring the left foot forward. So it can come up to that 90 degrees. Back to centre. So we're trying to keep a line with our hips. The weight's not more onto one side than the other. Breathing. Maybe dropping down to your forearms. Remember, your alternative is lying on your back, knees bent, And this time the left foot would be above your right knee. If you wanted to, you could extend your arms out and drop your forehead down toward the floor. The knee has to be happy here, if not, just rest. You could come in down dog or the alternative that I gave you, or child's. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. In and out. Noticing if there's any tension in any other areas of the body. Is the jaw clenched at all? Have the shoulders risen? Try to release out through that. And then rising back up onto your forearms, onto the hands, lifting up the head. Stay there or bend your knee. Make sure the knee's happy. Knee must be happy, don't injure your knee. So the legs are wide. Your right hand is to the outside of the left leg. And your left arm is reaching up over the head toward your left foot. Right foot. I'm doing opposite, so I get confused sometimes. Inhale as you rise back up. Taking the left hand to the outside of the right leg. Right arm reaching up. And reaching over toward the right buttocks. Keep the toes drawn back. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Trying to allow that top arm to be nice and long. Draw the stomach in, inhale, rising back up. And then reaching forward again. Remember, your reaching forward might not be very far, yours might be more than mine. Let your back be your guide, let the inner legs be the guide. Make sure your knees are happy, if your knees need a break at all. Come back up. Or bring the legs together, give them a little bend. And then let's just have a little stretch out, a short stretch out. So when we're just going to walk the arms forward, chin in towards the chest. And we are rounding through the back now. So if you've got any disc issues, maybe still just stay upright. Just have a deeper stretch. We won't stay there too long. And rising back up. Drawing one leg in and the other. Give a little shake. Lowering down onto the back of the body. Lower down onto your forearms. And then lowering the head down. Knees together, ankles together. And allow the knees to part. Extend your feet up toward the sky as though your feet are walking on the ceiling. So my hips are not very loose. So if your knees can come down toward your armpits, then allow that to happen. Mine don't. This is enough for me. Either take your hands behind the back of the legs, the calves, the toes, or around the heels. See where it works for you without lifting the lower back off the floor. This is happy baby pose. If it feels good, rock the body from side to side. And coming back to center with the body, soles of the feet together, knees apart. Take your both hands, palms facing up, underneath the calves. So inside the thighs, underneath the calves, and reaching around to your shins if you can, or your ankles, and draw your heels toward you. Breathing in and breathing out. Breath in and out. Release the arms, release the legs together into a twist. Right leg crosses over the left, or just knees together, feet on the floor, lifted up to you. Arms into a T or cactus arms with the elbows bent. Drop your knees to the left and gaze to the right if it feels comfortable on the neck. So we'll incorporate 3-part breathing here. Exhale through the nose as you draw the navel toward the spine. And inhale as you allow the belly, ribs and chest to expand. Exhale, releasing from the chest, ribs and belly. And inhale, expanding belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, releasing from the chest, ribs and belly. And inhale, expanding the belly, ribs and chest. And last one, exhaling. Allow the breath to return to its usual pace. Draw the stomach in and with control, coming back to center. Uncross the legs if you've got them crossed. Left leg crossing over the right. Feet on the floor lifted. Knees to the right and gaze to the left. Breathing in and breathing out. Then incorporating 3-part breath. Exhale through the nose, draw navel toward the spine. Inhale as you allow the belly to expand, ribs, chest. Exhale, releasing from the chest, ribs and belly. Inhaling, expanding, belly, ribs, chest. And exhale, releasing, chest, ribs and belly. Inhaling, expanding. And exhale, releasing. Inhaling, expanding belly, ribs and chest. And exhale, releasing from the chest, ribs and belly. Let's continue with that flow of the breath. And just see if you can allow the exhale to be longer than the inhale. Helping to relax the body and the mind. And then draw the stomach in and with control back to center. Both knees in toward the chest. Uncross the legs if you had them crossed. Rock from side to side. And back to center. If it feels good on the body, you can lift your head off the floor. If you've got any neck issues, not recommended. And releasing down. And then lowering the feet down. Ready for relaxation. Extend one leg and the other.
Maybe placing a blanket on top of you. Perhaps a cushion underneath the head. And when you find that comfortable position, drawing the awareness to the body. And connecting with the breath. Watching the breath flowing in and out. beginning to allow the breath to deepen. So as you inhale, allowing the belly to expand like a big balloon, and exhale, releasing, allowing the air of the balloon to come out. Inhaling, expanding, and exhale, releasing. Inhaling, expanding, and exhale, releasing. And allowing the breath to return to its usual pace. Awareness to the feet. And as you inhale, drawing the toes back, allowing the legs to engage, squeezing the muscles of the legs. And exhale, releasing and letting go. Drawing the awareness to the hands, making fists with the hands, squeezing the arms in toward the body, tightening all the muscles of the arms and the hands. And exhale, releasing and letting go. Shoulders, inhale, lift the shoulders up toward the ears. And exhale as you release the shoulders back down and away from the ears. Allowing the head to gently rock from side to side, releasing out any tension in the neck. Gently rising the eyebrows and releasing. Allowing the whole body to feel a little bit heavier, relaxing into the surface beneath you. Awareness to the right hand thumb, forefinger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Taking a gentle breath in and away. The palm of the right hand, back of the right hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, right shoulder, and noticing if your awareness has drifted into the thoughts of the mind. And if they do, just bring the awareness then back to my voice. Awareness to the right armpit, right waist, right hip, right thigh. Taking a gentle breath in and away. Right knee, right shin, calf, ankle, right foot, the top of the foot, bottom of the foot, big toe, the second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Taking a gentle breath in and away. The left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the left hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, gentle breath in and away. Left shoulder, left armpit, left waist, left hip, left thigh, left kneecap, shin, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the left foot, top of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Awareness on my voice. If the mind drifts, bringing the awareness back to my voice without judgment, just observing if the mind drifts. Bring the awareness back to my voice. The back of the body. Awareness to the right shoulder blade. Left shoulder blade. Right mid-back, left mid-back, right
lower back, left, lower back, right, butt cheek, left, butt cheek. Taking a gentle breath in and away. Awareness to the spine and the whole of the back together. The whole of the back, the top of the head, forehead, sides of the head, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, the space between the eyebrows, right eyelid, left eyelid, right eye, left eye, noting where the mind is, awareness to my voice, right ear, left ear, right cheek, left cheek, the nose, tip of the nose, upper lip, lower lip, chin, throat, gentle breath in and out. Right chest, left chest, middle of the chest, navel, right abdomen, left abdomen,
the right leg, whole of the right leg, left leg, whole of the left leg, both legs together. Gentle breath in and away. The whole of the right arm, the whole of the left arm, both arms together. The whole of the back. Gentle breath in and away. The whole of the front of the body. The back and the front of the body together. Gentle breath in and away. Whole body relaxed and letting go. Awareness to the whole of the body. See your body lying perfectly still and visualize that image in your mind. Whole of the body in your mind. Awareness to the breath. The breath like an ocean wave, ebbing and flowing. watching the inhale, watching the exhale, feeling the flow coming in and out of your lungs. There's no effort with the breath, almost feels as if the breath is breathing you. Feel the breath coming and going. Witnessing the flow of the breath. Awareness to the thoughts of the mind. Observe the thoughts and allow the thoughts to pass by like a leaf flowing down a stream. Thoughts floating on by. Becoming the witness of the mind. Awareness to the peace within. That peace is your true self. Your true nature is peace. Surrendering to the peace within.
If thoughts arise, drawing the awareness into the breath, breath flowing in and breath flowing out. Bringing the awareness back to the body, observing the breath flowing in and out. Beginning to allow the breath to deepen. Begin to move the fingers and toes. And when you're ready, gently opening the eyes.